ready for a deep dive.
Yeah, let's do it.
Today, we're diving into the world of supermicrocomputer.
SMCI.
SMCI, exactly.
Yep.
And you've brought us quite a stack of stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Press releases.
Lots of press releases.
Financial statements.
Oh, yeah.
Some tech articles. Even some tweets, some pretty spicy tweets.
Oh, yeah, there's some drama.
Yeah. So this is going to be a fun one. Buckle up, folks, because we're going to cover it all.
And absolutely.
Skyrocketing growth, cutting-edge AI tech, and, of course, the drama.
Always a little drama.
Always a little drama, a little financial drama to keep things interesting.
It's a company that seems to be riding a wave, but with some choppy waters ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Potential for some wipeouts.
Exactly. So let's unpack this together.
Okay.
Starting with the good news, right?
Yep.
SMCI's revenue has just absolutely gone through the roof.
Through the roof.
Hitting $14.9 billion in fiscal year 2024.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. That's a 110% jump from the previous year.
It's unbelievable. That's huge.
Just to put it simply, they are making bank.
They are printing money.
Printing money, yeah.
What's really interesting is what's fueling that growth, right?
Yeah.
And it's this exploding demand for what we call AI infrastructure.
Right.
And SMCI, they specialize in building the systems that power all these incredibly complex models.
Right. And they're not just building any systems. They're really kind of leading the pack here.
They're leading the pack.
In innovation, right.
Absolutely.
Like they were first to market with this thing called 8U AI, NVIDIA H100 liquid-cooled clusters.
Yeah.
No, it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, right?
But it's pretty cool.
But it's very cool, literally.
Literally, yeah.
8U just refers to the size, the physical size of the server rack.
Right.
And the NVIDIA H100 chips.
Yeah.
Those are some of the most powerful processors out there, specifically designed for AI workloads. But the thing is, they generate a ton of heat.
Like melts your face off kind of heat.
Well, maybe not that bad, but enough to really cause some serious problems if it's not managed properly.
Okay.
And so that's where this liquid cooling comes in.
Oh, okay.
Think of it like a supercharged radiator for your computer.
Gotcha.
It's far more efficient at dissipating heat than air cooling.
So being first to market with this technology is a big deal then.
It's a really big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
It shows that they understand, kind of the unique challenges of AI infrastructure.
Yeah.
And they're willing to push the boundaries to solve them. And that innovation is
yeah.
translating into these crazy financial results.
So they're building the coolest tech, both literally and
figuratively.
And figuratively, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's also this whole Elon Musk connection.
Oh, yeah.
Which we just, can't ignore.
Can't ignore Elon.
Can't ignore Elon. He's kind of a big deal.
He kind of is.
The guy can't do anything on a small scale.
Nope.
So his new startup, XAI, decided to build this Colossus supercomputer.
And when they say super, they mean super 100,000.
Okay.
And soon to be 200,000 of those NVIDIA H100 GPUs we were just talking about.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, a lot of processing power there.
But it gets even more interesting.
More interesting.
They built this entire supercomputer in just 122 days.
Yeah, you're kidding.
Is that even possible?
It's incredibly fast, especially for something of that scale, right?
Yeah.
It usually takes years to plan and build a supercomputer, but XAI, with the help of SMCI, managed to do it in a fraction of the time.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce?
The secret sauce?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there was plenty of caffeine involved.
Sure.
But I think the real key is the Supermicro 4U universal GPU system they used.
Okay.
It's designed for liquid cooling from the ground up.
So it's much more efficient.
Gotcha.
Than trying to adapt an air-cooled system later on.
So that liquid cooling expertise comes into play again.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
SMCI is playing 3D chess.
I was going to say, it's like they're playing chess.
Yeah.
And everyone else is playing checkers.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
thinking ahead.
Yeah. So it really highlights how they're strategically positioning themselves to be a leader in this whole AI.
Absolutely. They're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
With the right technology.
Now here's where things take a little bit of a turn.
A turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
While SMCI is celebrating these wins, they've also hit a bit of a snag.
Oh.
They decided to pause a major construction project in Malaysia.
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia, yep.
Interesting.
And they haven't given like a clear reason for the suspension, which, understandably has raised some eyebrows.
Understand. Right. It's like
It's a cliffhanger.
it's a cliffhanger
Right. Yeah.
to be continued.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Is
Economic uncertainty,
yeah, that's a good point.
regulatory hurdles.
Maybe
Maybe they just decided,
too much
they need a break from all that Malaysian sunshine.
too much sunshine.
Right.
Well, I think we can rule out the sunshine theory.
Probably. Yeah.
More likely it's a combination of things, right?
Yeah.
That the global economy is facing some headwinds.
Right.
And, there could be some unforeseen challenges with,
Yeah.
permits or regulations in Malaysia. We don't know all the details yet.
Or maybe they're shifting their strategic focus.
Oh, that's a great point.
After all, building a massive supercomputer for Elon Musk
Yeah.
probably
And-
takes a lot of resources.
It takes a lot.
Right.
It takes a lot of everything.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe they're just reassessing their priorities. Yeah.
Focusing on
Fulfilling
those high-profile
high-profile contracts before they're
expanding further. Yeah.
That's smart.
Okay. So we've got this exciting growth story,
Yeah.
cutting-edge technology, a bit of mystery
Little mystery.
surrounding their international plans.
Always good to have a little mystery.
But now we need to kind of address the elephant in the room,
The elephant in the room. Okay.
the financial side of things.
All right.
And let's be honest, there are some red flags
There are some red flags, yeah.
popping up here and there.
We've got news about a potential delisting from the NASDAQ stock exchange,
Oh, wow.
the resignation of their auditor,
Not good.
and kind of these whispers of financial irregularities.
Whispers and rumors.
Yeah, these are not things that investors like to see.
Investors get spooked very easily
Yeah.
by these things.
And I'm guessing all of this is connected to that recent dip in their stock price. It's highly likely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a delisting could really, restrict their access to capital.
Right.
And an auditor resigning often means there's,
Yeah.
concerns about accounting practices.
Okay.
So, these are serious issues.
Yeah. They can impact the company's overall
Stability. Yeah, the ship could be
a little rocky.
a little rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down a little further.
Okay.
First up, the auditor situation.
The auditor
One tweet mentioned they need to find a replacement by the end of the week.
this week.
Yeah.
That's a tight deadline.
Is that even realistic?
It's a very tight deadline.
I mean, finding a new auditor,
Yeah.
it's not like ordering takeout.
It's not like ordering takeout. No,
Right.
it's a process.
Yeah.
Especially for a company as large and complex as SMCI,
Right.
they'll need to find a firm with the expertise and resources to handle that, and that takes time.
Right.
Plus, given all these allegations and everything,
Yeah.
a new auditor is going to be extra cautious.
Oh, for sure.
So it could delay things further.
And then there's this other tweet.
Another one.
Yeah, this other tweet that's really making people talk.
Juicy.
It mentions possible accounting irregularities
Irregular.
and connections between the CEO
Interesting.
and some family-owned businesses.
Oh, so there's
Well,
some
is it an-
potential conflicts of interest there.
Shady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, if the CEO is involved with companies
Well-
that are, doing business with SMCI,
Right.
it's essential to make sure everything is above board.
Yeah, so it's like, if I was the CEO of a pizza company
Pizza,
and I also happen to own a cheese factory
the cheese factory.
that supplied my pizza company,
Mm-hmm.
there's a potential for me to, make decisions that benefit my cheese factory.
Right.
Even if it's not
Even if it's not the best
the best thing
for the pizza
company, yeah.
for the pizza company, for the investors.
for the investors.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's why these allegations are so significant. It creates this cloud of uncertainty over their dealings and raises questions about,
Their
corporate governance.
corporate governance, yeah.
Are they really looking out
Right.
for the best interests of the shareholders?
Right, so we've got this picture of a company that's simultaneously,
Yeah.
soaring to new heights.
Soaring to new heights, but also
Yeah.
potentially in some treacherous waters.
Yeah, navigating some treacherous waters. It's like
It's like a
a delicious-looking cake that maybe has a few too many sprinkles.
sprinkles, yeah.
You're tempted, but also
A little hesitant.
a little hesitant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't know about this.
So they're making these bold projections for the future, aiming for 26
to 30 billion
to $30 billion
by 2025.
by fiscal year 2025.
Ambitious.
But they're also dealing with these serious financial questions.
Yeah, it's a real balancing act.
It is a balancing act, yeah.
You know, they're incredibly well positioned to capitalize on this whole AI boom.
Right.
But these red flags could really derail their success
If they don't address them.
if they don't address them effectively.
Like they're walking a tightrope.
Tightrope, yeah.
And we're down here watching.
Holding our breath.
Holding her breath, yeah.
Like, don't fall, don't fall.
So what's next for SMCI?
What is next?
Can they overcome these challenges
Yeah.
and maintain this incredible growth?
Good question.
Let's
find out.
let's dive into that in the next part of our
deep dive.
deep dive.
Deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks.
Don't go away.
All right, so we left off with Supermicrocomputer, Inc., SMCI, at a crossroads.
Yeah, crossroads is a good word for it.
They're riding this wave of the AI boom, but they're also facing some pretty serious challenges.
Some choppy seas.
It's almost like watching a high-stakes poker game, you know?
Yeah, high stakes for sure.
They've got some strong cards, but there are some risky bets on the table.
Absolutely, some risky bets.
And speaking of bets, let's go back to those ambitious revenue projections for a moment.
Oh, okay.
They're aiming for 26 to 30 billion.
Wow, that's a big number.
By fiscal year 2025, that's a huge jump, even considering their current growth rate.
Yeah, it's very ambitious.
Do you think those numbers are realistic, given all the uncertainties we've discussed?
Well, it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
The demand is certainly there, right?
Yeah.
And SMCI is definitely well positioned to capitalize on that.
Right.
But these financial questions and the potential delisting
Yeah.
could create some significant headwinds.
Right. And investors get spooked pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
And that can make it harder for companies to raise capital and fuel their growth.
Absolutely. It's all about confidence. And when that confidence is shaken,
Yeah.
things can get a little dicey.
But let's shift gears for a minute
Okay.
and go back to something we touched on earlier. SMCI's role in building xAI's Colossus supercomputer.
Colossus, yeah, big project.
It's clear that this project was a major win for SMCI.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious about the broader implications.
Okay, yeah.
What does the speed and scale of this build tell us about the state of AI development in general?
Well, I think it's a really interesting point. The fact that they could build something of this magnitude in just a few months.
Right.
It shows you how fast things are moving.
Yeah.
It used to take years, decades even, to make these kinds of leaps in computing power.
And we're talking about a supercomputer with, 100,000, soon to be 200,000.
Yeah, it's almost hard to comprehend.
Of those super powerful NVIDIA H100 GPUs.
Yeah, that's a lot of processing power.
I can barely even wrap my head around that.
It's mind-boggling.
What exactly is xAI planning to do with all of that computational muscle?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elon's been pretty tight-lipped about xAI's goals,
Right.
but he has hinted at developing something called Truth GPT.
Truth GPT.
Which is an AI that's focused on, kind of understanding the fundamental nature of the universe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pretty ambitious.
So is this all about pushing the boundaries of scientific discovery, or is there a more,
Right.
practical, maybe even commercial side to xAI's work?
I think it's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Advancements in AI often have ripple effects
Right.
Across various industries.
Okay.
So what starts as a purely scientific endeavor can quickly lead to breakthroughs in, medicine, finance,
Right.
transportation, you name it.
So while xAI is focused on unlocking the secrets of the universe, the rest of us might be seeing the benefits in more,
Yeah.
everyday applications.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Okay, so that's pretty exciting.
It is exciting.
But let's bring it back to SMCI for a moment.
We've talked a lot about their technical prowess,
Yeah, they're definitely innovators.
especially in the area of liquid cooling.
Liquid cooling, that's their thing.
But I'm wondering, what are the competitive advantages of being a leader in this field?
Right.
Does it really make that much of a difference?
Oh, it makes a huge difference,
Right.
especially as these AI models become more and more complex.
Right.
And power hungry. The more powerful the processor,
Yeah.
the more heat it generates.
Okay.
And if you can't manage that heat,
Yeah.
you're basically limiting the performance of your system.
So it's like trying to run a marathon in a winter coat.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have the potential to win, but you're holding yourself back.
You're holding yourself back. You're going to overheat.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to perform at your best.
Liquid cooling allows those powerful processors to operate at their full potential.
Exactly. Keeps everything running smoothly.
And that translates into faster processing speeds.
Faster speeds.
Greater efficiency.
Greater efficiency.
And ultimately a competitive edge in this AI arms race.
It's an arms race, for sure.
Right.
Everyone's trying to get ahead.
And SMCI is essentially selling the high-performance sportswear that lets these AI models run the marathon at their best.
I love that analogy.
Right.
That's a good one.
And that's why their liquid cooling expertise is so valuable.
It's not just a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's essential.
It's a fundamental requirement for building the next generation of AI infrastructure.
Absolutely. If you're not thinking about cooling, you're already behind.
Okay, so they've got the tech, they've got the vision, but they've also got this cloud of financial uncertainty hanging over them.
Yeah, that cloud is still there.
It's like, a delicious-looking cake that might have a few too many sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
You're tempted, but you're also a little hesitant.
You're like, is this going to make me sick?
Exactly.
Do I want to take that risk?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
And that's why these next few weeks are going to be crucial for SMCI.
Crucial, yeah.
They need to address these financial concerns
head on.
Head on and regain the trust of investors.
Transparency is key here.
Right.
They need to be open and honest.
Because if they can't clear the air, those juicy tweets and rumors
Oh, yeah, those tweets
about accounting irregularities could start to,
overshadow
all the amazing work they're doing in the AI space.
Absolutely. Perception is reality.
So what are some concrete steps they could take to address these concerns?
Okay, well,
Is it as simple as finding a new auditor
it's going to take more than just finding a new auditor.
and issuing a statement?
Yeah, a statement's not going to cut it.
Right.
They need to conduct a thorough investigation,
Right.
independent investigation
Yeah.
into these allegations.
Okay.
And they need to be transparent with the findings.
And they need to do it quickly.
Quickly, yeah. Time is of the essence here.
The longer this uncertainty drags on.
The more damage it does.
Yeah, the more damage it could do to their reputation
Absolutely.
and their stock price.
Confidence is a fragile thing.
They need to act decisively
Audibly.
and demonstrate a commitment to,
Good corporate governance.
good corporate governance. Yeah.
It's not just about the bottom line.
Right.
It's about doing things the right way.
Otherwise, they risk losing the confidence of investors and
And jeopardizing their future.
jeopardizing their future prospects.
It's a slippery slope.
So for anyone following this story, it's clear that SMCI is at a pivotal moment.
Pivotal. Yeah, a real turning point.
They have the potential to be a major player
A major play.
in the future of AI,
Absolutely.
but they need to navigate these challenges carefully
Very carefully.
if they want to achieve their ambitious goals.
High risk, high reward.
It's a high-stakes game,
It is.
and we'll be watching closely to see how it all plays out.
Front row seats.
All right, so we've talked about the good, the bad, and the uncertain.
The whole spectrum.
But let's end this part of our deep dive on a slightly more philosophical note.
Philosophical. Okay, I like it.
We've seen how SMCI's technology is enabling the development of, increasingly powerful AI models.
Yeah, it's incredible what they're doing.
But what are the ethical considerations that come along with this rapid advancement in artificial intelligence?
That's a great question, and it's one that we as a society really need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
As these systems get more sophisticated,
Mm-hmm.
we have to think about the potential impact on jobs,
Right.
privacy, even our understanding of what it means to be human.
It's almost like we're opening Pandora's box.
Pandora's box, yeah.
We need to be prepared for both the wonders
The wonder
and the potential dangers that might be inside.
of potential dangers.
We need to approach AI development with a sense of responsibility.
Absolutely. Responsible.
Ensure that these powerful technologies are used for good and not for harm.
That's the key.
So it's not just about building the most powerful systems.
Right.
It's about building systems that align with our
The values.
contribute to a better future.
The better future for everyone.
We need to be asking ourselves not just, can we do this,
Can we?
but should we do this?
Should we?
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive.
We sure.
We've explored the potential of AI,
Potential.
the challenges facing SMCI,
The challenges.
and the ethical considerations
Ethics.
that come along with this rapidly evolving field.
It's a lot to take in.
But there's still one big question looming.
A big question.
What's the ultimate verdict on Supermicrocomputer, Inc.?
The verdict.
Is this a company worth investing in?
Worth the risk.
Or is it a risky bet best avoided?
Stay tuned.
Let's explore that in the final part of our deep dive.
All right.
All right, time for the final part of our deep dive into Supermicrocomputer Inc.
SMCI, the saga continues.
The saga continues,
Yeah.
right? We've explored their incredible growth, their leading role in AI infrastructure, and, of course, those financial red flags
Can't forget those.
that have some people worried. So
Yeah, it's a mixed bag for sure.
it's a mixed bag, yeah.
A lot to unpack.
Let's try to answer that big question. Is SMCI a buy,
The million-dollar question.
a sell, or a hold?
Yeah, it's a tough call.
It is tough.
There's no easy answer here.
Yeah.
On the one hand,
Right.
they're riding this wave of AI innovation.
Right.
And that expertise in liquid cooling, it gives them a real edge
In a market that's
in a market that's just going to keep growing.
only getting hotter. Yeah, they're basically the picks and shovels
Shovels.
of the AI gold rush.
Love that analogy.
Right.
Very appropriate.
But on the other hand, those financial questions are still looming large.
Yeah, those are some dark clouds on the horizon.
The potential delisting from NASDAQ, the auditor resignation, and the whispers of
So whispers, but
potential conflicts of interest, those are not things you want to see
those are definitely red flags.
in a company
Yeah.
you're considering investing in.
It creates uncertainty.
Yeah.
And investors don't like uncertainty.
And remember, we're talking about a company that's projecting massive growth,
Massive.
aiming for $26 to $30 billion in revenue.
By 2025, which is
By fiscal year 2025?
not that far away.
Yeah.
So they need to maintain that confidence
Right.
if they want to hit those numbers.
So it's like a,
It's like,
high-performance race car
okay,
with a potential engine problem.
engine problem.
Right.
That's not good.
It might be able to reach incredible speeds, but
But there's always that risk of a breakdown.
there's that risk.
Yeah, you never know when it might sputter out.
And that really highlights the dilemma
Yeah,
facing anyone considering SMCI right now.
it's a tough one.
The potential rewards are huge,
Huge.
but so are the risks.
High risk, high reward, as they say.
Okay, so let's break it down for our listener.
All right, let's break it down.
If you're the kind of investor who's comfortable with a bit of volatility
Okay.
and really believes in SMCI's long-term vision,
Yeah.
then this current dip in their stock price might represent a buying opportunity.
Interesting. Yeah.
You're essentially betting that they'll be able to overcome these challenges.
Right. Betting on their ability to bounce back
Bounce back, yeah.
and come out stronger.
But if you're more risk-averse,
Mm-hmm.
it might be wise to just wait and see how things unfold.
Yeah, let the dust settle a bit.
Let SMCI address these financial concerns, regain the trust
Regain that trust.
of investors, and demonstrate that they can, maintain their growth
Yeah, prove themselves.
while adhering to the highest standards of corporate governance.
That's important.
Right? Sometimes the best move is to just sit on the sidelines and watch the game play out
Sometimes it's better to be patient.
before jumping in.
Observe, gather information.
There's no shame in that.
No shame at all.
And remember, even if you decide not to invest directly in SMCI, their story is still incredibly relevant.
Oh, absolutely.
It gives us a glimpse into the inner workings of this AI revolution and the challenges that these companies are facing.
At the forefront of this new frontier.
At the forefront, yeah.
It's a fascinating case study.
And we've also learned that even in the world of high tech,
Yeah.
it's often the human element that makes all the difference.
The human element always.
The decisions made by CEOs, engineers, investors
The people behind the technology.
can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond just,
Yeah.
the balance sheet.
It's more than just numbers.
It's a reminder that technology is never neutral.
Never neutral.
It's shaped by the values and motivations of the people
The people who create it.
who create it and use it.
And as AI becomes more powerful,
Yeah.
it's even more crucial
To make sure that those values are aligned with the best interests
with humanity.
of humanity, right?
Yeah. We don't want to create something
Yeah.
that ends up harming us in the long run.
Okay, so we've reached the end of our deep dive
The end of the journey.
into Supermicrocomputer Inc.
SMCI.
We've covered a lot of ground,
A lot of ground.
from cutting-edge liquid cooling technology.
To those complex financial allegations,
And while we haven't reached a definitive verdict
the jury's still out.
on whether SMCI is a buy or a sell,
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I think we've provided our listener with the insights
The information,
they need to form their own.
informed opinion,
That's what it's all about.
and ultimately, that's the goal of a deep dive.
Absolutely.
It's not about giving you all the answers.
It's about giving you the tools.
But about equipping you with the knowledge and context
To make your own decision.
to navigate this complex
An ever-changing
and rapidly evolving landscape.
It's a wild world out there.
So for our listener out there, here's your takeaway. Supermicrocomputer, Inc.
SMCI.
is a company at a crossroads.
A crossroads, a turning point.
They have incredible potential,
Incredible.
but they also face
Significant.
challenges.
There's some big hurdles to overcome.
Their future, and perhaps even the future of AI infrastructure, depends on the choices they make.
The choices they make in the coming weeks and
In
months.
the coming weeks and months, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
Keep your eyes on this one.
Keep your eyes peeled.
It's a story that's far from over.
Stay tuned.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive.
Another one down.
We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the world of AI, high-performance computing, and,
A little bit of
corporate intrigue.
corporate drama.
Corporate drama. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed,
Stay informed.
and as always, happy learning.
Happy learning, everyone.